Hi everyone, it's Lori-Lynn again. Welcome to my channel, and I am the High Priestess. I am also an intuitive. If you don't know, I'm a medium and I channel messages. I don't read cards per se. I read the messages that I hear. And today's reading, we're going to figure out what it's going to be about, but what I can tell you is that Spirit always presents what's most necessary for you in your life at this time. And so I'm going to do this to go with the stones. And so, ooh, that's a good number 11, 4, and 10. So the first pile is this brown stone with pink in it, pink shimmers of pink. It actually almost looked like the moon did last night. It was beautiful. We had a rainbow moon here. It was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in my life. So that's what the number 11. So the number 11 means synchronicities are actually going to be starting in your life, or they're happening right now. And so you're just two things you're being reminded of. One, the first thing you're being reminded of with pile 1 is that you need to ground yourself as these manifestations start coming forth. But there's also a message that you need to actually gain more knowledge into the situation, into whatever's happening, and we'll figure that out when we get to pile 1. This is just the pre. There's also a message that this is from an old something that's ending and something that is new coming along into your life. And right now you actually don't know what that is completely, but it is something that if you're consciously manifesting it, it is going to come into fruition. Pile number 2 is this orange, gorgeous stone with all the eyes on it. I love it. It's one of my favorites and I love to hold it. And orange will represent typically the solar plexus chakra. It's also comes with the blue dice, and that is number 4. And the number 4 is a number of internalizing, is going within in some way, but it's usually about blocking out a lot of the things that are being said, or almost giving double thought to it, but not listening to other people. And part of the reason that you do that is out of fear. So number 2 will be about relationships of some sort, and there's a huge fear within that relationship. So it really is going within, and so that you're separating yourself from the fear. The third pile is Jasper, I'm being told, or wisps of Signy's hair, which is cool too. So this is a Jasper. Jasper is a really, really strong energy. Does a lot of I think it takes you back further into it's going to bring up some past memories, but they're memories that are good, that you're going to be bringing forth. And this is coming with the number 10. The number 10 is about, again, cycles that are just coming into completion. And so that's where pile 3 is at. So pile 3, okay, pile 1 is this stone. Can't show it. There it is, that stone. Pile number 2 is this stone here, the stone. And the third pile is the Signy's hair wisp. Okay, so it's pile 3, pile 2, and we're going to go with pile 1. So hi, pile 1, welcome. And as I say, Spirit is just going to come with the message that is necessary for you to hear at this time. There is an element of moving forward with you, of completing or beginning. You've completed a cycle, and there's newness on the horizon. And so it's to be aware of that. So I'm going to do these dice because I like them. And what's coming up is a big, huge W. And whatever the heck that could mean, I have not a clue. You're a winner, winner, chicken dinner? I'm not really sure. The second one is about this is really about releasing and actually giving gratitude. Sorry, here we are. But this is what I'm seeing within this dice, is giving gratitude for your journey up until this point, and that's really what's going to move you forward. And I'm kind of thinking that this W is about winning, but it could mean something else to you. It could be Walter, or I don't know, whatever. So okay, so pile number 3, we're going to do the same style because I like it. And this deck, we're using the Wisdom of Avalon, and it is, again, I'll call it Baron Reed's. Okay, so what it is that the first card that comes up is the card of what you're suppressing, and quite honestly is what you're suppressing. It's the card of the Bard, and so here's the card in itself, and what it's saying to me is that you really are, you're missing joy. It's almost, because it says the enchantment of storytelling, I think it almost seems to be that, and it could be during COVID, and I know I say that about 1 billion times, but it could be, but there is part of this is your love, your joy, what you really want to, that would really want to do, that would take you to a place of moving forward, is really to kind of get out of the slump and to start enjoying life a little bit more, like looking into more, delving more into say the musical aspects of something, or start writing poetry, or just kind of start using your noggin more, your brain more, but you're kind of just allowing life to take over, where you really need to participate and start having fun, because you're not having a lot of fun right now, but that's what's necessary. Maybe things have not worked out very well. You need to get back on that horse. See, and that's the 2 cards that wow, the 2 cards that balance one another are communication, and the second one is truth. So if that's not telling, so really it's like you're telling people that you're okay, or that things are fine, or that but you're really not being that honest, because I don't think you want to burden, or you don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. And there's a level that you need to start speaking your truth. But part of that truth is not just about, oh, I'm, maybe depressed, or I'm not feeling well. This is a greater truth, because at this time you're being able to discover where the magic is within yourself, or where the manifestations are, or setting your intentions. And it's like that's the part that's been lost. So this part where you used to be very joyful, happy, moving forward, always like on the go, and just joyful and excited, and that seems to be what you're missing. So, and it's whether that's a fear, whether that's a burden that you're carrying around, but it's almost like you feel like you can't be that person, and you can be whatever you want to be. So start these 2 cards of truth and communication. I believe this communication is within yourself, and the person that you're lying to the most is yourself. And so it's time to jump outside of that and start being honest with yourself for reasons that you may not be feeling, or you may be feeling more lethargic, or you may not be feeling as energetic, or maybe you're angry, or whatever that is. But dig deep down, because this is the time where you're at right now, at this period in your life, that you're meant to move forward. So you're going through these different synchronicities, but right now what's blocking those synchronicities is that your energy, your aura, your vibration is just on that low side, so you're expecting things to change, but you haven't changed that vibration. You need to change your vibration to match where you want to go, match the lessons, match all the things that you want to bring into your life, and start utilizing all that, energy for good. Like say, start writing a book. Maybe this book is going to bring you billions of dollars in the end. But start doing these, joyful things. And this is a little bit about storytelling. So I'm wondering if you do have a story to tell. And the other reason for the communication and the truth is often you'll sugarcoat that story, and it may be the true story of your life, but maybe you will also need to get out there and start writing it or communicating it or tell people or bringing people into it, so people are aware and they understand, and that you're not carrying it around, and you can become, and that's what's going to catapult you to the next level, is being really honest within yourself, bringing that joy back into your life and starting to tell the truth again. Be honest with yourself, be truthful with yourself of what you want, where you want to go, and then set your intentions from there. The next card that comes up in the position of the meditation card is the card of the bee. And so now we're going back to where you have to see yourself as the victorious one, but you have to be the worker. You can also be the queen bee at that, but you first have to start off in a place that sees themselves as being lucky, as being someone that can draw in, and you can manifest, and you can set your intentions and get what you want, but create a clear picture of what you truly want. But that's by being honest with yourself. Don't say that you want a zirconia when you really want a diamond. Be clear on what you want. Be honest about what you want and set up the picture. If you can, it might be a really good idea to set up a vision board so that you can look at this vision board and see where you're going and how. And here's my fairy, how you're, I don't know what I was going to say. But it's, again, this card, the bee also represents luck. And I'll say that I don't believe in luck, but luck comes from setting our intention, from creating that aura, that space, that vibration that brings forward. It's just being a happier, more honest person and joyful, so that, people want to be part of that. So the card that comes up in the position of your body is the Earth Fairy. So completely, this is so much about health, grounding yourself, knowing and being really honest about your values, what you want. Don't become part of the problem, or don't become part of the solution. And so don't be a follower, be a leader, because you can be a leader. But with this energy, and this is all about the body, is kind of what they're saying is that do what makes you feel really good. When you're doing things or in situations or challenges or experiences when people aren't treating you well, then you can kind of change your persona. And the idea is, don't change your persona. Stay who you are, because that's being true to you. So always be, ground yourself and be true to yourself. Know what your foundation is. Know what your foundations are based in. And wear that all very proudly. So the next card is okay, when I was talking about burdens, here it is. I'm not sure if I showed the Earth Fairy. Here's the picture of the Earth Fairy. Sorry. And so the next picture is, next card is the card of the thinker, the mind, and it's the card of the burden. And so, quite honestly, that's clearly, it says that most of your thoughts right now in your mind, and so the reason that you're not doing, this of being happy, or being, you're staying stuck, carrying around all these burdens that aren't yours to carry around. Just let them go. Either trust, have faith, know that it's all going to turn around, or know that it's going to be better, but let the burdens go. Find the beauty in it, find the song in it, find, what it is that you truly, truly want. Particularly there is something, within this, there is a element of other people being involved. And I think that's what's going to clear your head or clear the situation, is really getting out into nature. And because of the earth energy, and the bard, and he's dancing along in the forest. But I'm just seeing a lot of forestry. So I think it's going back to nature to, kind of unburden yourself and to clarify who you are, and what you stand for, and not moving from that position. So when I was talking about the 11th, so you're ending a cycle and you're moving into a new cycle. That cycle is about all those doubts, all of those weights that you're carrying along. That's what you're gonna leave behind and be rid of that stuff, so that you're moving forward much more light, much more joyful and happy, as in the Bard card. And the third card in here is my card, is the card within the heart. So whether it be relationships, a new love, however it works within your situation, synchronicity is really coming into play. You're putting that intention in, and that's where being positive, that's where the B is, coming in and saying, look, if you do the work, you're going to receive the benefit. Being truthful and honest within yourself is going to manifest, is going to create, and you'll start seeing all the synchronicity that's coming around. But so when you're faced with a situation, rather than seeing the situation as a burden or a problem, see the situation as something that was necessary, that for you to move forward. Now, there's the saying that everything happens for a reason, and it does. It absolutely does. And so trust in that and have faith. And as I said yesterday, fear and faith cannot coexist. It's absolutely impossible. They can't coexist. Either you're all in faith, or you're not. You can't just have a little bit of faith and hope that it all works out. So the final card within this part of the reading is the Grail Knight. And so this is much about a relationship, and a romantic relationship. So you may be carrying around and not being honest, completely honest with yourself. Maybe you're not being honest with them, but it takes that communication and telling the truth. The two have to come together. The two have to collide, and that's why it's the yin and the yang. Communicating is just going to lead you to communicating your truth. And seeing yourself as a success, as, someone that's lucky, that someone that can manifest, that someone that can make things magically appear. Well, the Grail Knight, he's coming to offer with an offering to you, with an offering of, he has this sense of all of a sudden seeing your importance, and I don't mean you're an important person, although you might be, as far as I know, but your importance, your role in their life. They're kind of moving past the illusion that you're, it's almost like you're a movie star or some sort of, thing. But to them, they saw you as somebody that almost like out of their league. And now they're kind of getting on that same balance, or that same wavelength as you are. And so they're going to come back, they're coming forth with an offer. But that doesn't happen until all of these things are released within your life. That's what they're getting ready for, to move forward with that offering. And again, this is going to all begin once you've changed your vibration, once you've changed your attitude within yourself, and moved forward. And so let's see what else we've got from the Mystic Tarot deck. Yeah, there is someone coming in, and right now there's a little bit of immaturity within this, but it's a team. And with this person, it's like you're going to be able to conquer the world, that you're going to be able to do things with, that you're going to... okay, so the Knight of Swords is this card. And it really is about finally making that decision and then ready to, move forward together. And the word conquering, because it's so important to be, it's like you've conquered your fear, you've conquered the doubts, you've conquered, the chaos, and you've conquered, a lot of the things that have gone along in your life. And you're able to now say, you know what, doing this with this partner is going to move me forward in my life. That's what is necessary. And so where they might have been afraid of being committed in a committed relationship, what they actually want, and it is the card of the Ten of Pentacles, and that is the card of, it's a card of sometimes has legacy, as in nurturing a family unit, whatever that family unit looks like to you, and that's getting to know really what you want in your life. And it sometimes sounds strange, and depending on your age, but if you wrote an obituary about yourself, what would you want said in that obituary? And how do you want people to see you? How do you want to be portrayed? And so again, about being truthful, and communication is so important at this time, that being who you are is the best person that you can be, and that's what's going to bring everybody together. But this sense of having to come together with this person, I do believe it's actually coming faster than you may believe that it's coming. And you got to get out of that state where you think that somebody's going to come and save you, so to speak, but it's you that has to change your energy. And so once, that's the key to all of it, is changing your energy, changing that vibration. And that's always done through meditation. And when you're doing, or just when you have 2 minutes to think, picture yourself, see yourself in a victorious situation, but working really hard to get there, to say, hey, I need to change. You've put in the work, and now you can see it, but you have to be able to see it for it to change, if that makes sense. So the life that you want, this life of pentacles, of nurturing, coming together, it will. It's going to come. It's going to come your way. And there actually is there's a younger person that's involved with this, or but he's a very shy person. So I'm not sure where this person fits in, whether somebody in the relationship has a child, but I believe it's a male figure, somebody that's childlike, but it's a child, and it's almost as though they are childlike, however age they are, they're very childlike, but it's almost so that they're independent but dependent upon you. And that's okay. That's okay. There's enough for everybody. Okay, so the final card within here is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is seen in every deck. It shows completely different, but I see the Four of Cups is finding, when I said you need to find that that place, that space where you can really sit. But within that, you've got, it's almost like different sides. So when you're weighing situations of what's going on, it's, it's the past and all the negative things. And then it's on this side, it's something else. And so you've got all of these voices coming at you, but you finally learn to block out those voices and to really see yourself as being offered. Spirit is with you at this time, helping this other person make an offering towards you. I almost have a sneaky suspicion that in some sense that part of it is another aspect of your life. And I think it involves around work, because you're going to be offered something through work of some sort in some manner, way, or shape or form. So it's like a lot of improvements are coming forth in your life, in your world. And so let me get some spiritual messages, and then I'll get to do the Hermit Tarot to see where we're. Okay, so some messages. What message does Spirit want? Okay, so we were talking in the beginning. The very beginning was really about your joy. And this card says, when I make joy a priority, brilliant ideas will come naturally. Support will surround me and movements will form. So in a sense, what this card is saying, and here's the card, is that you are stuck in this place of needing to be in joy. But once you create that magical joy that's within you and make it a priority, that's when people are going to start surrounding you, and you'll be supported, and you'll be able to see the support. It's not like you were not supported, but you'll be able to see that support. You'll be more open to it. Yeah, there's a lot. I can decide today to recalibrate my energy and commit to love and joy. So it may be that whatever you had been going through in your life, in your journey at this time, that you've sort of pushed that to the background, and there may have been a few too many things, going on at this time, and it could have to do with the moon's changing again, thankfully. So it's commit at this time, because it is a full moon, but commit at this time to love and joy. Commit to a spiritual connection, and then cultivate that connection with Spirit, knowing that you can trust no matter what in the fact that Spirit, that the universe will bring you back what you want. So you have to know that it's going to come forward when you trust and know that it's going to. So more messages from the Hermit Tarot, my favorite lady that I don't know. So the first, okay. So this person that wants to come forward, or within your life, if you're already in a relationship, this is relationship based. That's the bottom line. And so whether you're in a relationship, whether you need whether you've been separated, or whatever's going on within your relationship, is that they're saying that they want a fresh start. And that, and it can be for several reasons that they want a fresh start, but they do want a fresh start with you. And so the next card that comes up that sent a wave through me was Wrongful Advice. So I'm getting that there's been interference within this relationship. Somebody has interfered, and they're doing it on purpose. The person that within the relationship is like someone's trying to stir up shit, and on purpose. And so it's almost like this person tries something, and then it's almost like they catch wind of it, and oh no, that can't happen. And wow, the next card's beautiful, and the next card is Love is the Answer. And so keep being who you are in every sense of the word, and just know that love's going to conquer, and understand that gossip only hurts more. And I have the same motto for lies, and it just creates more animosity. You just get wound up. It becomes just spiral. So, gossip really is untruths, and people use gossip as a way of manipulation. They're not getting what they want, so they'll tell stories, and they'll, sway people. And that's sort of what's happening. So remember that love is the answer, and keep moving in that, because definitely this relationship is well worth it and well on its way to you. So with that as being a relationship reading, we're going to do the romance angels, because that's what you do. So I'm just going to pick 2 of those, and the advice from them is going back to the playfulness. So I think what they're missing is that, I think they're missing that from you, the idea. There may be a longing for that playfulness within their life, playfulness to recapture that romance, because I sense that this person is quite fearful. And if they're fearful, they're, part of it is your energy, and they're so confused by your energy that they're not sure how to. There's a song, and it says, whenever I walk into a room or something like that, I'm not sure how not sure what your mood's going to be, or something along that lines. And so they're adjusting themselves. That's codependency, by the way. And so rather than doing that within yourself, if you've noticed that, so now you've got 2 people that are like separated because they're both so fearful. And this is saying is work on the partnership, give the relationship a chance. So give it a chance when it's being offered, because there was that offering that I was seeing. If that's coming into fruition, and if it's coming into fruition, then you need to give it a chance, because it is truly a spiritually divine connection, and you're meant to come together. It's like the power couple, the people that need to be together. And it's definitely, if other people can see that, people that have these manipulative or jealous tendencies, they're the ones that are going to gossip, because they're not spiritually aligned. So ensure that you are on a continual basis spiritually aligned, so that you know that you're coming from the heart always, and you're coming from that place of truth. That's so important for you to learn at this moment, this stage in your life. So that's what I got for you guys for pile number 1. And so I hope that helped you. If you like the reading, you like the channel, like and subscribe. And we're going to move to pile number 2. So pile number 2, you picked this stone, which is definitely one of my favorites, the eye stone. And I don't remember the number it came with, but it might have been, I have no idea. Okay, so we're going to start off, because this is where I'm feeling is necessary to just a spiritual reading. I'm using completely different decks. So it's, you're actually, that's what I think this pile here. So the 2 that came out are the crab. Doesn't mean you're crabby. And it's almost like no luck. And it's, you know, people say if it wasn't for no luck, you wouldn't, wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any luck at all. That may be how it might have seemed within your life. And so I want to pull 3 cards to give you a little bit of inspiration. And these 3 cards are from the romance. No, they're not. They're from the Doreen Virtue's Archangel cards. Okay, so the first card that comes up is Beloved One, and it's Archangel Shamuel. And he says, I'm helping with your spiritual soulmate relationship. So you really are on a journey of love, of loving yourself, of getting to know who you are. And the thing is you have to remember that you are a beloved child of God, of the Creator. However you see that, you are. We all are equal. And if we see people as someone's better than the other one, someone's lesser than the other one. And so if you're feeling more on the less is side, then you really need to take another look and realize that you're just as loved. And so, you know, ask Shamuel to come together to help you with your spiritual soulmate relationship, because this relationship right, this part is just about you, and it's really coming to terms as you have to love yourself as much as you want somebody to love you, and you can only give away what you have. So you need to nurture yourself, nurture a child, nurture. As you nurture children, you really are nurturing yourself, giving yourself what you may have missed or thought that you missed. And so remember to nurture yourself. I'm also getting that fact that you need to spend more time with like people that are around you. Okay, I also sense, and this isn't going to be for everybody, it can't be for everybody, but there's going to be for some people. And there's two different ways. One side is that there's going to be a birth, whether it's yours, but somebody's going to have a child, but it's going to be somebody very close. But this child is coming in as somebody passes. And you have to know, and this child may be here, that this child is coming from spirit, that spirit is really nurturing this child, and they're having this great faith in you to, I'm going to use the word nurture again, nurture its being into who it truly is meant to be. And perhaps that's why these communication and honesty is really important, because you're going to see it through this child somehow. I'm not sensing that it's your child, but again, it's not going to be for everybody, but there is a child that's within that is really sent to you. You might have moved to a place and there's this child that's around that, you know, keeps coming to see you, bug you, whatever, you know, the terms are. I remember way back when I was in New York, and I was staying with my brother, and his roommate had his girlfriend come over, and she had a child. And I was standing there, and this child just came running up to me and threw her legs around me. And I thought, actually, I was kind of embarrassed, thinking, your mom's over there. But it's just remembering that you have that essence, that it's very familiar to children, especially when it's really that brought through by that much spiritual development. So it's a highly developed child. I'm getting a sense right now that for me, this card is my niece, and our great niece. And I told her mom when she was born that she's going to be very, very special. And it's going to be that way, but I think there's so many angels that are surrounding and helping you with that nurturing. So for some reason, you need to heal that inner child, nurture that inner child, and that's what's going to move you forward, take you through to the next step, because you're trying to find peace. And the peace is, the peace comes along with, you know, whoever's passing or has passed in some sense. You know, it may not have been, you know, yesterday, but it's somebody that's very important to you. And again, this is Shamuel who keeps coming up to me. And really, peace is understanding that only love is real. Everything else is hogwash, is bull crap. Everything else is that fear. Peace is love. And it's knowing that there is only love. And everything else is based on fear, based on rejection, based on, you know, self-doubts. It's clearing away all of, you know, when you see this innocent child that has so much life and love just within themselves, because they're, and for the most part, so untainted. So it's just that brilliance of that joy. My favorite thing I love the most is children's drawings. I don't care what they look like, but it really is a representation of who they are and where they're going and what they want. And you can tell a lot from it. And they're their life is in the moment, constantly in the moment. They're always thinking about now, and yeah, they want to do something later, but they go outside and they play, and they just play. They don't, there will be at times that someone needs to pout and say, I'm getting off tangent, sorry. So it's just remember that peace is very much important, and to release all that. So there's a forgiveness. The person that passed away, there's a forgiveness that has to be facilitated between you and this person. I don't know what has caused that. It's too many people to, individually, but there is a sense of forgiveness. Now, this could be forgiveness because they passed away too soon, or because they, you didn't do something. It could be about forgiving yourself because you weren't there, you couldn't get there on time, or, you were there and you were the one that, they died in your arms, or something along that lines. And so it's forgiving yourself. It's about forgiving them. It's as much about forgiveness, about nurturing that inner child. And that's the beauty of this child coming into your life, and just knowing that you're so surrounded by angels and archangels and past loved ones, and people that really care and love you. So the final card, and it's Archangel Jeremiah. Now, my ex-husband, that was he had two spirit guides. One was Jeremiah, the other one was Jophiel. And Jeremiah is he is somebody that will take your intentions. Here's the card. He will, in fact, take your intentions and will sprinkle them into magical dust. Too funny. Will send that energy out into the universe. And now I understand why I picked. I originally was going to use this stone, and I believe that was the correct stone to work, because so much of this is about a peachy orange yellow color. So that was the color that it was supposed to be, even though there is this color in the stone. But I think it's a more calming color. And so Archangel Jeremiah does take those wishes. So if you need to in the morning, ask for his support, ask for his nurturing, and he will be there with you. Know that everything is happening exactly as it's supposed to, with hidden blessings that you will soon understand. And in the end, it's about relationship harmony, and it's about the relationship with yourself, and it's about the relationship with this person that passed, and forgiving all of what you think needs to be forgiven. It's not necessarily accurately forgiven that needs to be, but it's in doing that there's going to be so much healing, and invoke trust and a spiritual connection. That's what it is with this child. There's a spiritual connection with you, with that child, and both of you are going to learn a crap load. And so, because we know this is in regards to relationships, that part of it was anyways, we can always, spirit can change whatever they want to do. And we can see, I need to do some stars and moons, and see where I like it. Kind of looks like a tree that fell down. Okay. So what is it that you're suppressing at this time? Wow. Okay. So what you're suppressing is love. I think at this point, this is in regards to one person in particular, and there's a lot of you that needs to be nurtured. So the first card is the Spirit of Love, and that's what you're resisting. It may be what you most want in your life, but you're not moving towards that. And so you have to actually look at different experiences and situations and see where you are blocking that love, where you're blocking someone from coming in, where you're not being as open and embracing, I don't know what the word is, as you can be. So the wow, the yin and the yang, what is going to balance that? And the first card is the Shaman of Birth, naturally. And what balances that is the Spirit of Family. So there may be, so that the trouble, that's the relationship that was talked about through the Archangel cards, definitely may have to do with family, or, you know, and it doesn't mean that the child is going to be in your family. It could be the child is, you know, a niece, or the child is a neighbor, the child is, but there's definitely a child that's being born that is coming into your world, that's coming into your world for a reason. And it really is about love. It really is. And it's never too late to have a happy childhood. That's just the exact words. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. And so remember that. So with this child, with this person, and maybe it's more than one child, but with this child, you are going to bring back that childhood innocence that may have been tainted through whatever action or inaction that happened many moons ago. So that is balanced by the Spirit of Family, that sits at the root of love. That's really what it's about. So, you know, what is your spiritual family? And, you know, maybe it's not your family unit as you know it, but maybe it's a family of a different kind. It could be a work family, but it could be your friend's family. But it's a situation where it feels that close-knit, where it's supposed to be supported, where it's supposed to be loving and kind. But that element may not be there because of a fear that, you know, of, you know, something that may have triggered from the past. So you're not being able to fully open up to that. So the card of the meditation comes up as well. It's the Spirit of Empowerment. And that's a crazy card. Again, this is, if you can look at this properly, what a crazy card. But here we go. If you really look at it, so you've got this, what looks like an owl down the middle, and then you've got this spirit that is enlightened. And the owl is enlightenment. The owl is all about truth and knowledge and seeing and death and rebirth, and, you know, but finding that shimmering light. But what I noticed about, I don't know if it's an owl, but that's what I'm going to call it, is an owl. But I noticed down there, and he's got that blue light that I constantly talk about. And so making sure you're breathing in that blue light that heals. So when you are doing your meditation, it's really important to clear that energy and then bring that healing light down into you from top to bottom. Just let it swirl and swift, and just sit there and just see blue. And you can actually see it, if you need to see it, just kind of like start at the top of your head and just allow it to slowly travel down, almost like it's a waterfall that's moving very, very slowly, or a creek that's going really slowly, and all the way down. And as it does so, it's going to stop, and the areas that need more healing will become a darker blue for you. And so see that area, and then concentrate on that area and bless it and send it love, and, you know, do the Ho'oponopono, which is, you know, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, I am sorry. And, you know, you can do that with each dark part. And when you come to those areas, so that you're cleared, because this owl figure thingy is being cleared by the Divine Spirit. And what that's going to do is you're going to, you know, clear out, and you're going to empower yourself. You're going to be able to provide that empowerment to yourself. So the card in, oh my gosh, the card in position of your body is the card of challenge. And as the card of the challenge, so within your body, I am, clearly, okay, I gotta see if I can say this correctly, but clearly what's going on is that your body's giving you almost mixed signals, or you're not understanding the signals because you're just in a learning process. And so, first of all, give yourself a break, because this is a challenge. And every single movement or every single thing that you see, so many people get so scared when they see spirit, and they go, oh my gosh, I saw a leg. Well, so what? You saw a leg. It didn't kick you, so you're fine. But stop these things and ask, why are you here? And from movies, we are taught to fear ghosts. We're taught to fear, and there really isn't a fear attached. Any energies will just want to be healed to move on. Energy doesn't want to stick around. Energy wants to be healed to move on. And so you're being challenged to heal all of your body so that you're able and capable of doing the work that you're here to do. And that's super important, because you have committed to this. And so you're going through this journey at this point because of this journey that you're taking. It's required a lot more nurturing on your part. Ooh, I like this one. So the next card is in the position of your thinker, and it's the Shaman of Song. And it's quite interesting, because a lot of people can say that they can, go past through their lives, and they can see their life in songs. And I can do that very easily. I come from a very musical family. I love music. I'm pretty addicted to it. I love watching bands. I could take that further, but not going to do that. And but this is about you're going to gain wisdom through seeing a completely different perspective of, say, songs, or saying music. Because it says songs, it's listening to the music, but it's also being gracefully enchanted by the flow and the beat of that music, that's going to just take you away, that's going to carry you away, that's going to remind yourself of, first of all, how much you really love yourself, how much you enjoy the experience of being with yourself. And I think that because that it's taking that knowledge within you, and it's transforming that knowledge into wisdom. And that wisdom is what's going to carry you, again, forward, being empowered, that the person that you're so meant to be, but empowering yourself to move forward. But you have to be able to see it. And that's why the empowerment card is in the meditation position, because you need to be able to see it, and you need to be able to clear out, to heal. You can't fully let go. And that's what the Song of the Shaman is about. You cannot fully let go until you let go of the baggage. So release the baggage, and then just sway to the beat. There's a song that's now going through my head. Slow Dancing. Who sings Slow Dancing? Slow dancing, sway into the music. That's the song that's going through my head at this point. So flow with it, and just embrace it, and embrace, the words, and embrace the music, and your perspective of life is going to change, of different things. Oh, wow. Okay. We're going back to our companion card. So the card in position of your heart is the card of the companion. And so this is, if you have any doubt that a companion is on its way, have no fear. Have no doubt. He's on his way, but you need to be open. So you need to be clear. So from the spirit of love, from that place, from healing your inner child, from understanding the importance of family. And this might have, and of birth or renewal. This might have a completely different meaning, and it would be, anyways, the companion card. So this person is going to be offering you, but you yourself, your role is to be completely open, and that's in every sense. Keep your thoughts, I hate the word positive. People say be positive in it. I don't want to punch them. Keep your thoughts loving and humble and kind and generous and well-intended. Know what your intention is and move towards that. The final card is, wow. So I think we had, the final card is the Dancer of Lies. And so that's the overall energy within this part of the reading, is being able to now decipher between these lies. And if you see this, how a lie can start off right here and then just spiral until it's like fires away. But I think you've come to a place within your life that you're ready to let all of those lies go, to be released, to extinguish their fire, to not let it get in your way anymore, allow it to be front and center, and being really open to this new, beautiful, wonderful you that you are. Okay, so we're going to get some messages from the Hermit Tarot and see where they might be taking us at this time. Okay. Okay. All these cards are coming out, and the first card is, I'm too afraid to talk. So it's quite possible that in your situation and realizing that you need to heal that inner child, that you need to be open, keep your communication open and honest, and you need to release the fear. That's why it needs to be healed. It's so important so that fear no longer exists. But that's the energy that is being sat in right now on one side, both sides, however it works. But you need to clear all of that. Oh my God. The next card comes up as I imagine you naked. Okay, Hermit Tarot lady. These are some fun cards. And I think that has to do more with the fact that they want to see the raw, real you. And perhaps they do see you naked, but they want to see the raw you. They want to see your truth. They don't want to see some version of you that you've created. They want to see the version of you that they fell in love with and may not have realized, or thought you were going to be. And so they want to see the real you and be with the real you, and they have so much desire for you. I need to do something with my camera. Sorry about that. It's fallen out. And so they're saying here that I have so much desire for you. And that desire is not going to come out until, you conquer the fears, that they conquer their fears, that the inner child is healed, that, they're prepared to see the real you. Perhaps this is them not wanting you to see the real them. And so they feel like that naked person, or standing on the stage and everybody's staring at them, and they don't know they're naked. And that's their fear. And yet they have so much desire and so much wanting to move forward. And one more card for this deck. Yes. Plain and simple. Yes. So if you had a yes or no question, which I didn't ask you to, the answer is yes. So is this situation going to work out? Does this person love you? Whatever the heck is going on, the answer is yes. The biggest yes you could see, because it's yellow. And I think the color that I said was supposed to be yellow. And that's why there is a harmony that needs to be uncovered in the relationship. So I just wanted to get cards from this. Interesting that this card that's first on the top of this deck is Empower, and we talked about the empowerment. So there's no rhyme or reason, but there is, you need to empower yourself. Everyone's creative and blessed, and empower your thoughts and your dreams and make them become reality. So what further information can we gain from this? Is a revelation. Listen, I think I talked about this. Listen back to your life, and the right path will reveal itself. And so that's healing that inner child within you is much necessary at this point to empower who you are, empower your sense of self, empower your truth, empower your sense of going after what you want. That's being empowered. So okay, that's it for you, pile number 2. We're moving on to pile number 3. So pile number 3 is the Signy stone, Signy hair stone, and the pink das. And where are we going to start with? Let's start with this deck. Okay, so okay, right off the hop, first thing, pile number 1 is that you're carrying around a burden, and it's actually like you're sneaking around with this burden, and you're trying to get rid of it, but you're trying to get rid of it in a sneaky fashion. It's like you're trying to get away with something. You know, so you're doing it in the middle of the night, and but there's something within yourself that you're covering up, per se. And so it's time to put the burdens down. It's time to not sneakily do this, and to do it in the proper manner. Make your decisions. And this is based on past decisions that you've made. And so those decisions is, let yourself off the hook. We all made really poor decisions in our life, and you know what? We move forward. So what are you suppressing? And the card that comes up is the 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands is so much about fighting back, is taking action. But the truth is almost like a separation of two different sides. It's people taking sides, but there's really no fighting going on. It's not a true fight. It's just sort of a misunderstanding. And so what you're doing within this card, because it's the card of suppression, is that, you know what, you're making a fight where there isn't a fight. So stop and see that there is no fight, and that see that there's masks being, you know, held. There's also a level of, you know, different types of people, or different, you know, in a situation, say as a boss and an employee type thing, or a, you know, a husband and a wife, but there's two different sides, but they're almost like they're a little bit separate, and they don't realize that they're on the same side, and they need to come together. So the yin and the yang cards is the card of the moon, which is illusions, and the 8 of swords, which means who's getting in your way? Come up with the deer. Who's getting in your way? I am. That's exactly what it is. It's that. So, you know, this fighting that's going on, what balances that is the moon card. And this is a major arcana card. And the moon card is all about illusion. You see that they have a 3-headed goat, and I don't think they exist. Actually looks like a greyhound, and the girl's spinning her head. And it's interesting, this comes out during a full moon, but it's the card of the moon, and the moon represents a couple things. For most people, they'll say it's about illusion, and it is about illusion. It's seeing things from different perspectives, but it's the allowance of seeing things from a different perspective. You need to see the different perspectives of all sides of this, rather than just jumping in and with one conclusion. It's seeing different sides of it, seeing a completely different way. So something different. To get a different result, you need to do something different in order to bring that result forward. And the card that balances these illusions are the fact that it's the Eight of Swords, and that's you getting in your own way. And those are the thoughts, those are the memories, those are the, crazy stuff that goes around. But, and much of that did happen as a child, and some of the things that you were shamed or blamed or made to feel guilty about, this is saying, look back at it. See it for what it all is, for what it truly is. And once that happens, you can commit to moving forward and moving on. And once you've released all of that, or once you've healed all of that, the card of the meditation card is the Star card. And that's digging deep during meditation and being able to see the dreams, the wishes, the intentions, the bright lights, the bright spot, the star that you are, be able to see that. The next card comes out in the position of your body, and it's the Page of Cups. And I always see the Page of Cups as a child that is meant to be around you, a child that's bringing together people together or a situation together, and they're doing so nonchalantly. They're doing so quietly, I guess is what I'm saying, is that they know what they're doing, but they're doing it purposely, but they're not doing it on purpose. And so there's a child that's involved that really wants to bring a situation to healing. And so seeing this situation, putting those dreams on there, or putting your setting your intentions, but it's a child that's going to bring you towards feelings of love again. You're going to feel completely different as you're going to know that feeling, but they're in your life to bring together, to bring two families, two people together. So the card in position of your thinker is the Ace of Swords. And so that's being really clear on your decisions and making your decisions based on you, based on your life, based on your wishes and dreams and hopes, and based on yourself, and cut through all the bullshit, cut through all the craziness, just cut through and make the decision. You feel like you're standing alone, and the thing is, right now you do need to stand on your own 2 feet in order to move forward. And that's probably because of a fear, of making the decision. Otherwise you can say, oh, well, they told me to do this, or they, you can change the thoughts to however you want them to be. But really, this is so much about truth and honesty, of making your decisions, of becoming stronger, seeing past, cutting through all of the crap, all of the illusions, that's what it's really about. So when you've cut through all that crap, you're able to make decisions that are honest and based on yourself and not everybody else. And the most beautiful card that can come out in the end is the card of the World. I don't know if I showed the Ace of Swords, but there's the Ace of Swords. And the card of your heart is the World, and that is the card of of everything seeming to come together, of all of the energies, and this is twin souls uniting together in harmony, in peace, very balanced, and stronger together than apart. And that's the realization, is that this connection really needs to come together to be exactly what it needs to be. And okay, so right now I've just gotten a spirit that just entered in, and I do believe it's a female figure, but it's somebody that is very powerful, very wise, and they're around you to further bring you, guide you towards more wisdom of where you need to be. So what you're needing, okay, this card is the High Priestess, which is me. And so it's really about really digging into your intuition and knowing and being guided and led to, being proud of that position, of kind of blocking away all of the, chaos and all of, craziness, but just letting go and being proud and being who you're meant to be, and being filled with just joy and it's, what I see the head priestess is somebody that really walks with a gentle in a gentle manner, that's what I'm going to say. But with, she doesn't have to show anybody. Just knows. People just know. And again, here's the card. It's not a card. The dice of the star. It's to see that star within yourself. And, you know, healing that child. And then we have the card, I believe this is the Sagittarius, the love coming towards you, shooting their arrow towards you, not at you. That wouldn't be good. But the death card didn't come up, so we're okay. So it's okay. So who do you have with you? You're needing, I don't know if we did this. Did we do this? Wow. Okay, so what you're being asked is to really empower yourself. We've gone through that, to empower yourself, to find that joy, to find that, you know, what makes you happy, and to nurture all those things that make you happy, rather than, you know, walking into something that doesn't. If it doesn't fill up your cup, then it takes away from your cup. And so don't nurture that. Nurture. Don't push. That's it. Don't push. And that's where the High Priestess comes in, is that where you're feeling that's the direction that you need to go, know that that's the direction that you need to go. Don't push the other way, because that's just going to push you into, you know, a longer journey. Rather, empower yourself, be joyful, and then nurture yourself. Nurture those good things that are to come your way, that are to be who you're meant to be, and be along your journey. So that's what I have for today. I thank you. I hope that it helped and that the messages were clear enough. And namaste. Have a great day. God is good. If you liked the reading, then like it and subscribe, because that's awesome. And have a wonderful day, and God bless.